Oh, we gotta get like paper towels.
That was dumb, full real.
Lab takes take one, soft sticks mark.
So one day, I'm just sitting at my desk and an email comes through from my good friends at the Utah Jazz, Chris and June. They told us about a new project that they were developing and wanting to put together for the 50th year of the Jazz, the 50th season of them being a team. Obviously, our entire crew, most of us having been raised here in Utah, we're super excited about the opportunity to work with the Jazz, especially on such an iconic project. We were all in, dove into the pre-production, lining up everything that we needed to do. And a key part of this entire concept was to have a jazz-trained percussionist down in the center of the arena at the Delta Center. He was gonna be riffing, really it was gonna be a central, integral part of the entire piece. So the question immediately became, how are we gonna light this scene in such a massive arena and do it in a unique and stylistic way? And that is where Nanlite stepped in. When they reached out, offered a partnership, we were super excited. They sent us the Forza 720B, some Forza 500Bs, as well as a bunch of PavoTubes and other things that we knew we'd be able to utilize on the shoot. So utilizing the Forzas as well as the PavoTubes was really gonna be integral to how we lit this entire scene in the arena. So once pre-pro was finished, we packed up our gear, headed to Salt Lake, and right when we showed up, we started having issues. I promise you cannot make this stuff up.
Not like hard.
I don't know why there's snow here. Hit him. Oh, no, he didn't. What do you have to say for yourself?
You told me to do it.
I meant hit him, not the freaking camera.
Dude, he might be. This is getting in everywhere.
Looks like Mike's gonna go grab paper towels, so hopefully we can fix this terrible thing that just happened. What are the odds? Did we just spend 4 hours trying to figure out how to rig this camera to the stabilizer, and right when we get it done, pull it out, and then he fully threw it right and hit the camera? I'm sorry.
That's hilarious.
We good?
I think so. I haven't turned it on.
As you can tell, that was stressful, but after confirming that both the Red and the Ronin 2 were okay, we headed inside the arena to touch base with Chris and June to make sure that we were gonna be pulling off their vision and the production the way they anticipated.
We have this whole rig almost completely figured out, but we have one of these stupid arms that always gets loose. So we're working on fixing that right now so that when I'm filming, it doesn't just go.
So obviously with our crew being fans, we immediately started taking photos on the court. And then they said, try to stick to the outside. So try not to just walk straight across. They're very just particular about it. In the meantime, I started working with Brett, our gaffer, and the guy who was helping him out, Parker, on lighting the scene. And the way we approached it was utilizing these Nanlite Forza 720Bs. What's awesome about these is they're bicolored. So we needed to warm it up a little bit, which is exactly what we did. It was able to bring kind of a warmth to the entire arena. So we used this big boy to be the back center spotlight. It was splashing down, it was creating a nice little hair light and rim light for our subject who was at the drums. And it was also kind of splashing along all the seats behind him, which was really giving a lot more depth. We literally put the metal cone that comes with this, didn't have any diffusion, and just blasted it down there. From the 720 of his drums. Think you'll be able to cast it over and it'll get rid of it. Gotta show the logo, bro, that's why we're here.
Okay, it's feeling a lot better. This is my first time. My back is gonna be very pissed at me tomorrow. Does that seem smoother, Ty?
Next, we used 2 Nanlite Forza 500Bs to be kind of the 2 on the outer side. We put some spotlight attachments that we had, so we were able to get these nice, really narrow strips of light, kind of creating an X across both our drummer as well as the center court logo. This was a really, really cool look, a really great effect, and we were able to pull that all off with just 3 lights. We realized we were starting to leave footprints and things all over the decal and the logo, so we had to get to work wiping it down, cleaning it up.
You're not on fire, we've got haze go. The issue that we're having right now is where we have the lights set up, there's too much spill on the actor's face, and we want him to be more silhouetted. So we're trying to figure out how to get our lights more behind him, but keep the logo on the court lit.
And then lastly, it was really important for us to give the court a little more depth to be able to have some of that Utah Jazz classic purple. So we lined up PavoTubes along both sides. We even put it up behind the net and the backboard, and it really just gave a nice little effect on the super wide shots, as well as when we got closer, we took these PavoTubes, we moved them in as just a light little purple fill for our drummer. And I think it really just gave a lot more depth and made it feel a lot more unique.
We got lots of purple over here. Our 3 backlights that we've already set up. I'm gonna go check the monitor, see what it looks like.
So once we cleaned up the court, got the lights all set, it was time to film. That didn't mean our problems ended there. We continue to have issues with the big Ronin 2. It's giving us a pain. It's not like disabling the roll or the tilt, which is kind of annoying, but overall, it's going good. Once we get that figured out, we'll be just fine. So we eventually went handheld with the red Komodo, and we had 2 C70s on RS2s gliding around getting other shots.
The top of these and had him hit me that.
Honestly.
Look out, Parker. I might just push you over. Again, it is so important to be nimble, to be adaptable, and be able to just be a pleasure to work with, even when things aren't working out. Overall, the client was really happy with how it turned out, and so are we. All right, guys, that is a wrap today on an amazing production. Couldn't be more grateful to our entire crew, to the Utah Jazz for bringing us on for this project, and for Nanlite for lighting the whole thing. It's been an awesome experience with this incredible crew, and I'm excited to show you guys the final piece.
From down south to the mountain ranges, New Orleans to Salt Lake City,
Ochai goes under, Walker Kessler follows.
Rhythmic and in flow, it's jazz. There's improv, unforgettable duos, high notes, unmatched style and flair. 50 seasons of rhythm and harmony. 50 seasons of passion and reverberation. 50 seasons of jazz basketball.
I feel like John Morant, need a triple